Hey everybody, so I actually did it. Free forever, y'all. I really did. Alright, so I wanted to bring y'all a live video to show you guys how to make business cards. So let me pull up so that I can see if you have any questions. Wonder if I look at it really echo. I have it on my phone, will it echo? I'm basically on to show y'all how to make um, sublimation business cards. Is there an echo? Somebody type in, do you hear echo when I'm talking? Hopefully you don't hear echo. Okay, cool. Sherry says no. Okay. So basically what you want to do, and I'm gonna just start right away. I'll save it and everybody can see a replay of it. So the first step is to upload Silhouette Studio if you don't already have it. Upload Silhouette Studio. I have the business edition. Um, I believe everything that I'm using on the business edition is available on the regular edition, regular Silhouette Studio. My screen is blank now. I don't know why it does this, and I don't know if this happens to other people. It goes blank like this after a while if you're not doing anything with it. So what I do is I click library. Normally I click library and it goes to library. There it goes. And then I go back to design. So there we are. So I had started it because I was doing a video and then I noticed I wasn't going live. I wasn't live. So yeah. So let's put this off to the side for now. This off to the side for now because I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. Okay, so the first step is to make a box, right? So over on the left hand side of your screen is something called drawing tools. You want to click the draw rectangle. So you see my cursor is a like a plus. So we want to hold down on the shift and just make a box. And so that you won't make boxes everywhere, make sure that you go over to the left and change that to an arrow. So that way you can move this around. Otherwise, you'll be making boxes all over the place. So we want to take this box and change the size of it. So what we got is 2.2 as the height and 3.5 as the length. So we want to change this to 2.2 and change this to 3, 3.5. Hit enter. We can, I don't know why I keep doing that. 3.5 as the width. Sorry. 3.5 as the width and 2.2 as the height. Okay, so we can lock that. Yeah. So we got 3.5 as the width and 2.2 as the height. All right, so now the next step is we need this little chip. I've already did, but I'm gonna do it again. So we need this chip. So let's go searching for the Visa chip. So I just go into regular Google search bar, type in Visa chip, go to images. This was the one I chose. Basically what I'm gonna do is right click, copy image. Right click, copy image, go back to Silhouette, right click again, and paste that. So now we have this. whole box, right? We don't want this box. So what we want to do is, I see it's going slow. So what we want to do is um, go click, make sure we click the picture, go on the right hand side and select the little toast. There is a little piece of toast or butterfly, whatever you want to call it. Click that. It is called the Open the Trace panel. So we want to click Select Trace Area. We want to drag our mouse or our box over that. So we want to left click, hold it down, and drag it. So we now have it selected. You can play with the threshold. You can move it around, move it down. Our threshold is fine. You can play with the high pass and you can play with the scale. So the next step would be to do trace style. We will select this first one. We want to trace the entire image. So now let's click the black area and hit backspace. We're going to get rid of that. So now we have our picture and it's together, right? What do we do next in order to separate this picture? So we want to click it, then right click and go to release compound path. Now we release this so that all of the little pieces are separated. And now we can pull them apart. So we want to take this box, click it, hit backspace. Now all of these little pieces are separate. So we want to group these back together. So draw a box over it, let go, and group. Right click, again, drag a box over, right click, and group. So now what we do, in order to make this one color, we can do closest to gold, which will be the yellow color. I think it was this one I'll pick. Yeah. So I'll pick like this orange yellow color. So this to the left is your fill. This to the right is for your lines. So we want to make the line the same as the color, the gold color. So now we got that, so we can make this smaller. I don't have the card. I need to go get the card. So now let's move this up. So you can zoom in and zoom out with this plus magnifying and this minus magnifying glass. So we got this. So again, I'm gonna put that over to the side. I'm gonna also put this over to the side. We're not ready to fully start putting stuff in there yet. So to get this background, what I did was I went to Google. I did heart. I typed in heart background. I go to my images. And the first one I found that's not blurry, it looks pretty cool, pretty decent. So I clicked it. I made sure it didn't have like a watermark or something like that, because then that'll stop me from being able to use it. So I right click on this picture and then I just click copy image. So now I'm gonna go back to silhouette. So this is how I got the copied image, right? So we need a strip, which I have the strip over here. So to make the strip, it's the same way we made the square. So we click the square, click the first one, and we just go to the corner of our card, hold down your left mouse, or however you have it set on your computer, and we just want to make the strip the same size as the card. So about there. So now we still have our cursor as a plus because, again, so we won't be making squares everywhere. We want to click this triangle. Not a triangle, but the cursor. So we click this, we move this down here. Make sure this is in front of your image. So now what we do, I'm going to delete this one. So I'm going to select my strip. It's hard to get it. There we go. So I'm going to select my strip. I'm going to hold down the shift button and I'm going to click my heart background. Now, I always forget this part, which one it is. So don't get mad at me because I got to figure out which one it is. I want to say subtract all. So we'll take this, we have the 2 selected, and we're going to subtract all. See, no, it's not subtract all. Hold on. I might even need to color it. Oh, it's intersect. So I'm going to take it a step back. I usually just pick one or the other. I'll always forget which one it is. So I basically clicked on the strip. I clicked the heart background. And then I went over here to open the modify panel, the little square with the circle. I clicked that, and then I selected intersect. So now we have a cute little colorful little heart square. Let's say you didn't want that part of the heart. You wanted the part where it has some different colors to it. So click off on the right area, click your strip and move it down. So you want to get, like, if you want to get some of that blue and some of that, like if you want to get some of that turquoise and some of that blue or purplish, whatever color you want to call it, then you would move it down there, hold the shift button and click your background and then do intersect. So there we go. So now we have a cute little strip. So now we can put that, and actually we can just kind of do everything together. So really in actuality we need two boxes. So we're going to do Control C and then Control V, because we need a front and the back of our card. So we want to put our strip here for the back. We have our chip. I'm gonna stay on this front card first. You know what, y'all? I forgot to bring the card in here with me so I can know where stuff goes. So hold on. Okay, so we needed the chip, so we have the chip. So I can put it about right there or wherever you want to put it. Now we need numbers. And the numbers are in 4 set. 1, 2, 3. So it's 4 set of numbers in each space, which is 4 and 4. So what I mean by that is, I'll show you right now. So we want to click the A on the left-hand side, which is for text. Click your screen. We want to go over to the right side where you'll see open the text panel. So we want to open our text panel. This is where we select what we want our numbers to look like. So basically, I just picked out one that had like thick wording. So we want to look for thick lettering. And for the sake of the video, let's say I just choose AdLib BT. So let's just type I'm gonna just type it in and then I'll change the lettering. So we got 9084 space 1328. I'm just picking random numbers. 1624 space 1980. The same numbers I have on my card. So we typed it in. So now we want to double click the numbers. So we want to double click the numbers. Hold on, y'all. Let me tell her I'm on a live. Okay. So now we click that, and now over here we can select our the way we want our numbers to look like. So ad lib BT. So we changed it. And we can make it smaller so that they're all on one row. So we're at 72 right now. So maybe about 48, 30. Yeah. So keep it highlighted. Just select black. And remember, that's for the fill, and we need to change our outline to black too. So now we click off of it and then click back onto it, and then we scale it down some so it's not so big. It just depends how big you want your numbers on your card. So we can see that don't fit, so we want to make it smaller. So about right there, if you look at, there's so many different cards. You know, the little chip is sitting over, like directly over top, like a little closer to the bottom. We can move it up some. It's all preference to what you want your card to look like. So now we have the good through whichever date, however you want to make your card, whatever you want to put. So I'm gonna put in all caps good. Oh, go over to our text, click it, good through. Then we want to highlight that. Oh, I'm moving it. So make sure your little cursor is at the little line I. Okay, so then I'm gonna click. And if you want a different font, you can change it to a different font. So I just selected a different font. And then again, I'm gonna use black. I'm gonna change the line color. Click off, click back on, and then make this super small. Why is it super small on my card? You can barely see it, so I'll probably make it a little bigger. Then we need a date, right? You can actually put the date on here if you want. Move our cursor, use our arrows to move it over, and space, space, space. And then we can put 3. I put 325, that's my birthday. So now we got good through. You can move it closer if you want. You don't have to space it as much, up to you. So we got that now, right? So now you have to put, what name do you want on your card? So I just put Touched by an Angel, Arts and Crafts. So for this video, I'll just make it simple and do Touched by an Angel. So then I'm gonna highlight this so that I can make this smaller, the lettering smaller. And then I'm also going to change my font. So many different fonts, and you know you can add fonts from thefont.com. And sorry, y'all keep hearing that noise. That's my door. Passing by the door. Just some pick anything. All right, just for the sake of the video. So now I got what I want. So now I'm gonna make that black, or you can make that colorful, whatever color you want. I'm just gonna make it black. So I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna make that smaller. So I can put that down here. And I just thought about something. I know we started designing already, y'all, but y'all know I missed a step. I need to put my little design right here. I need to pick a design to put in the front. So we kind of already used purple, the bluish color. So we kind of need something different. That doesn't look pixelated, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to right click, hit paste or control V. Click off of it. It was moving our card. Now we take our card. See, my card is not in the front of this, so I need to make sure that my card can be brought to the front. So up here, right in this area right here. So now I'm going to bring this over. And remember, y'all, last time I used Intersect, I think. So I'm going to go to the open modify. No. I'm going to go to the open. Hold on. Yeah, the open modify panel. I selected both of these, so I'm going to hit Intersect. There we go. There's our card in the front. Hopefully you got that. Intersect. Okay, so now I'm going to put my numbers up. So that is behind, so I need to change that to move it in the front. So I'll move that in the front. I'm going to move this back up. Well, that is not in the front. Let's change this to the front. Okay. Brought that back to the front. Move somewhere there. Our good through. Remove that and now bring that to the front. So our good through. And then our touch by an angel. Bring that to the front. You gotta click it and then bring to the front. So we can make that bigger. So you can see it. It be tripping sometime, y'all. I be tripping. Let's make it a little bigger. Okay. I'll move the card a little bit, but that's all right. So we got it right there. All right. This is a little low. Let's move it up some. Soraya. So now we need the MasterCard logo. We might need to make the name a little bit smaller so we can put our MasterCard logo. Let me. Okay. So now we need to go searching. You can search for all your pictures in the beginning. It's up to you. Can you give me my iPad in the room? My phone just went dead. Okay, so MasterCard logo. So here we have it by itself without the MasterCard, or you could just make two circles and you can make it yourself. You can also, I think I look for like pink MasterCard logo. You can look for different colors. You can look for different colors, MasterCard logos. And we're going to do this the same way we did the rest of the picture. I think for this one, I look for a PNG picture. It's better to look for a PNG picture because then that way you can just take that picture, save it, and then pull it right up. Okay. So, I just put in transparent. Or we can go here to our clean PNG site and type in master card logo. There is a bunch of logos. So here's one that is like blue and red. Let's say we wanted to do this one. So we, at the bottom right here on the left, it says free download. So we take that, we do I am not a robot. Allow cookies. Usually it'll pop up right at the bottom of your screen. There we go. So we go to save as. And I have PNG images folder. And I'm just going to save it. I'm not going to change the name. I'm just going to save it. So now we can go to Silhouette. We can go to File, Merge, and find our picture. And that was a true PNG, you know, because there is no white behind it, no black behind it. So it's a true PNG. Some of them images are not true PNGs. So say that we didn't want this at the bottom, right? We didn't like that there. I'm just going to erase it. You got a touch screen laptop, it makes life so much easier. So I deleted it. You can keep the TM or you can leave the TM. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go back up here to click my cursor back to the little arrow. So I'm gonna click this. You see there is, I don't know if you can see it, maybe I can zoom in. There is a red line around this. I want to change that. I want no lines, no colored lines, no lines period. So I'm going to take the lines off. So I'm going to hit this little, this right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's like some crosses. So you click that and it'll take the lines away. So now I'm going to make this, click it and make it super duper small. That TM is left over there. We don't need it anyway. So we're going to put that right there. We're going to erase this TM. Take that off. Okay, so now we got our little MasterCard logo. If you want to put something over it, you would just specifically just type something, blah, 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 and do like we just did, basically. And then you would just move the words over that. Okay, So, and then you can put your logo or whatever it is that you want to put up top, whatever you want to put. So now, the back of the card, you can use the same thing. I just copied and pasted that. I clicked this, the heart background. I copied, and then I Control V. So now we can get rid of this. So now we move this. We bring this to the front. So say we wanted a line around this, like a black line. So we would go to up here where the lines are and change that to black. Say that like you don't like how thin the line is. So you want to go on the right hand side to the lines where it says thickness. Let's change that. Let's thicken it up. So there you go. Even though a card really doesn't have that. But I'm on the live. So so we got that. So now we put that there. My husband was calling me to come outside. Okay. Or we could just pick a whole different picture. And let's do that because that it's like it blends in, right? So it's up to you whether you want a picture or you just want to use like a white strip. Um, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just use a white strip. So I'm gonna make another strip. I'm gonna just make a white strip. Go back up here, click the arrow, and I'm gonna move this down. I'm gonna click this. Let's change this to white. We don't want no outline over it. We want it to be white too. So now we got a white strip. We want the strip to be the same size as our card. So let me move it down some. So we got our strip. So now we need the words not valid without authorized signatures. On a card, it was lowercase, like an actual card. You want to change the size now? You can change the size. I'll do about 20. Gotta highlight it first. I'll do about 24. Okay. Not valid. Without signature. All right. So now we typed out our word. So now we're going to highlight this. And I'm just going to change it to black. Change my outline to black. I'm going to click it and I'm going to make it smaller. Now, if you want to change the lettering for this, you can just go back to on the right to the textile panel and pick something out different. I'm going to just pick something. So let's say we want it to be that. We're going to make that smaller. And we're going to put that right here. So now we need another bar. So we're going to go over here to drawing tools, click our rectangle. We're going to draw another one. This one we're going to draw a little bit thinner, about that thin. That is 2.964 by 0.175. 184. Go back up here to the arrow. Again, if you want a little cute little background, you could do what we did before. Like how we did to get this background for the actual card. So, if we want to, we can choose like a light color like gray. And then we change our outline to gray. And and we put it right here, which it doesn't need to be this long. We want to leave some room on the side so when we sublimate, we have enough room. We have like extra room for our cards. We don't want it to be exact. We want just a tiny little bit of space. So I'm gonna bring things in just a tad bit. I'm gonna bring this in a tad bit. So again, you want to leave some space around the card. Okay. You can even bring this in a little bit more. Just want to have a little bit of space. So I can bring this over so I can have some space on the side for when we sublimate, so that we can get our full card on here. Okay. So we got our strip. So we need CVV code and the other 4-digit number. So I'm gonna just pick some random to the text, and I'm just gonna do same thing on my card: 1658, 923, just random numbers. I'm gonna make it black. I'm gonna make our line black. Then I'm gonna shrink it down some, all the way down so it can fit in our little strip. So there we go, right there. There we go. So we got that. So now the only thing that you need to add is your Facebook, your Instagram. You got an Etsy store. You can add that. So let's say I wanted a Facebook symbol. So we go on Clean PNG, type in Facebook. So there we go. We got all Facebook. We got YouTube. We got subscribe. So I'm going to just pick some random stuff. So I'm going to click free download. We'll wait till it pops up. So we're going to see if this is a true PNG. So we're going to save as. Sylvia, you late with the link. I'm going to go to save it in my PNG images. Go to save. I'm going to X that out. I'm going to go back to Silhouette. So now I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Merge. I'm going to go to PNG Images. And I'm going to get that subscribe. I'm going to click OK. And it is a true PNG, but it also has a watermark. So you don't want to use the pictures with the watermark. For the sake of the video, I'm just showing y'all how to do this. So this is not an actual card I'm going to be making. You can also use other programs to create your card in. You can do Affinity, Photoshop, Canva, whatever you want to use. So you could put subscribe. You can put, of course, a business card. So you probably would just put like your page name if you have one, or your website, and your email address. If you want them to have a telephone number, you put your business telephone number on here. On the bottom of my card, what you guys seen on the bottom, what you can barely see it, I think I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. It just basically says empowering you is my passion on my card. So um hi Sylvia. Hi to everybody. Um And that, you missed it all, Sylvia. So that is pretty much how you make the card. So what we want to do is draw a box over this card. We want to capture, we want to get everything on this card. And we do right click. And we do group. Now your card is together. So now you got the front side of your card, or I'm sorry, the back side of your card. So now you want to draw a box over this. Right click, group. So now we have our card. So in order to print out on a sublimation paper, you want to go to machine, make sure it says none, cutting mat none, media size custom. Well, depending on what kind of paper you want to use. I use 13 by 19 sublimation paper, or you could use copy paper by Hammerall. 13 by 19, click enter. So we want to zoom out. I'm just sitting waiting like, what's next? So, okay, we zoomed all the way out. If you want to put them in landscape, you can put them in landscape. You could just change the orientation. I was trying to figure out why my little thing here turned to like checkers. I'm just now learning. I've been learning Silhouette Studio, y'all, so I have to figure that out later. But I don't know what I did to make it do that. I'm gonna have to eventually figure it out because I don't want that. Do y'all know why that happened? I don't know why that happened. The snap guide, show guides. Oh, yep. So here it is, options. Show grid, show guides, snap to grid, snap to guides on page setup. That's why I had those grids on it. So I don't need that. So I just got it white. So this is the actual. So look, we didn't group all of our. Oh no, that's one of the things that I had before. So I'm gonna delete that. So now we have our actual piece of paper. So y'all seen I had on the well, y'all didn't see my video that I made because I haven't put it out yet. But so this is what you do. So you got this row right here. It's off, right? It's not centered. So I'm gonna try to remember which one of these it is. I believe nope, it's not that one. And see, this is how I learn, y'all. I just do stuff and then be like, oh shoot, I believe it's this one. Yeah. So you want to go to this three lines and right here at the bottom, the second row. Click that and it's gonna line them up. Then you make sure you have them selected. Control C, Control V. So now we can line them up. Control V again. Control V again. And you can put them closer to each other if you want to. But when you do your sublimation, it's going to be super close. So I'll leave a little bit of space. Click it again. Sylvia, you didn't know I made my cards? Well, let's see if I can line this row up. I think I tried last time and it didn't do it. Um, so I did special horizontal or space special. Space horizontal. I went back to the three lines and hit space horizontal. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So basically I'm just dragging. I'm left click, drag all the way down, go to the three lines and do space horizontal. And all I do from here, go to file, go to print. I use Cosmic ink, Cosmic Sublimation ink. So I can only tell you like preferences that I use from the ink that I use. You may use something different. I just click my 7720, which is my sublimation printer. I got about we don't even talk about electronics, but yeah, 7720. I'm gonna use this printer. So I'm gonna go to preferences. So I'm gonna change my document size to Super B because that's 13 by 19. It's froze on me. All right. So I changed to Super B. I know my printer, my 13 by 19 is in cassette one, so I changed that. I'm gonna change my paper type to premium presentation matte. I'm gonna change my standard from standard quality. I'm gonna change my quality from standard to high. Then I'm gonna go to more options and I'm gonna go to customs. I'm gonna go to advanced and change that to ICM. Click OK. And I'm gonna mirror it. And then I'm gonna click OK. And then basically I'm gonna do apply and then I'm gonna print. That is how I do my preferences for printing because that's what I was instructed to use for Cosmic ink. Um, I don't know what you use. I don't know what your preferences are. So that's totally up to you. If you've been sublimating for a long time and you use a different preference, that's totally fine. I'm just showing y'all how I do it. So right here, this picture, you see it here, it's like not 13 by 19, right? So if I hit cancel and I go down to print again, all your preferences is going to be saved because you clicked apply. You have to click apply. It's the only way it's going to keep those settings in there is if you click apply. If you don't want the settings to be changed and you're just using this printer like every once in a while and you don't want to mess up your settings, you don't click apply, just click OK. And then when you print again, those changes are not going to be made. So the next thing from here is just to click print. So now you see it is actually a 13 by 19 sheet. You can see how much space you got, what it's going to look like when you print it out. And these colors would pop on a card, let me tell you. So that is it, y'all. So I hope y'all found that live useful. I'm about to say youthful. Can't even talk. Hope y'all found that useful and I hope y'all learned from that video. And then that is it for today's class. See you guys next time.